Hi guys, my name is Oksana Vroda and I'm Ukrainian permanent makeup artist. I live in Mexico and in 2022 I became a double champion of Mexico version wool up. In 2023 I became the world's Mexico champion. And today I will show you how to make money by doing fast and easy 20-minute lash liner. So basically, lash liner is just the work on the line where eyelashes grow. We don't do any wings, we don't need any sketch, and I will show you today how to do it fast and easy in like just 20 minutes. And this is the great way to give an extra service to your clients. For example, you have an appointment for permanent eyebrows or lips, and when you're done, you can ask your client, like, would you like to have a lash liner done? And it's like just only 20 minutes. And your client is like, yeah, I don't need any extra appointment done for that. So why not? Let's do it. And you give it like in a package, like a combo package, right? You give some better discount for that and not wasting your time and making more money, basically for the same time of one appointment with your client. So let's learn how to do it. Let me show you what I have on my cart. So, Belar Air Machine, 7 needle curved magnum from Vertex with the 0.25 needle width, a cup with micellar water and Q-tips to clean the pigment off the skin. I have 3 cups, one with coconut oil, secondary numbing, and black pigment. Vaseline is an eye drops that I use to wash the eye from the inside at the end of the treatment. Body positioning while we are working is super important. So we have to fix our body basically on the elbows and relax your back, pushing your butt a little bit further from the bed. Okay, so I'm sort of leaning on the bed. In such way, my back is relaxed. This is our beautiful model with the gorgeous, big, open eyelid. I will use 7 needle curved magnum 0.25 from Vertex. We have to make sure that the skin is clean and disinfected before we start the treatment. So I prefer to clean it with non-alcohol disinfectant. Now, we don't have any pre-numbing on the eyelid. It's very important to fix the eyelid in the proper way. So what do? I ask my client to relax her eyes. I push the bottom eyelid under the upper eyelid and press upper eyelid down. In such way, we can make sure that the eye is firmly closed and the lash line is very nicely open. Look, we can see beautiful lash line. So, if you feel like your client is a little bit nervous about accidentally opening her eyes while you're working, you can just close the eyelid and ask her to try to open her eyes. Open your eyes, please, okay? Then when she feels that she cannot open her eye, she relaxes and you can keep working. Nobody's nervous. I put machine for the speed 4.5. Remember, we don't have any numbing now, so what do? We do an easy and fast pass just to sort of open the skin. Make sure you give enough pressure to the needle because we are working with the magnum needle, which has 7 needles in the bunch. It gives more resistance from the skin. That's why we have to give it a little bit more pressure than when we work with a 1-point needle. make an easy pass with the back and forth movements just to open the skin for the secondary numbing. My point here is not really to leave any pigment in the skin. It shouldn't be very painful, but it can be a little bit discomfort for the client.
I have something exclusive for you here. Are you a PMU artist in your first few years trying to figure it all out? Or maybe you're an established artist looking to be a part of a supportive community that actually gets it? Or maybe you're already in the beauty industry, thinking about getting into permanent makeup, but not sure if it's the right fit. PMU Space gives you a real look at what it takes, the techniques, the struggles, the breakthroughs, and the business side too. It's your opportunity to explore the world of PMU and decide if it's truly for you. It's a growing support system packed with real advice, live sessions with top artists, and the community that talks openly about what's really happening behind the scenes. Whether you're building your skills, exploring the path, or just looking for your people, PMU Space is where the progress begins. Click the link below or scan a QR code and start exploring PMU Space community today. Your journey begins now.
First pass is super easy. You don't have to make any extra pressure. Be very careful to stay in the lash line area. Don't go above. When moving closer to the inner eye area, try to stay with a very thin line. So when it heals, it looks very organic. I always leave about 1-2 lashes and don't go all the way to the very end. Ask your client to keep the eyes closed during the whole treatment unless you ask her to open it. Our model has beautiful long lashes, which actually doesn't help me to clean it because there is a lot of pigment in between. And it's super important to make sure you clean the pigment in between lashes, because otherwise you might be mistaken and think that you have enough pigment in the skin, but it's not inside the skin. It's basically just stuck in between lashes. And when it all heals, there will be nothing left inside the skin. So we are applying secondary numbing now. Keep the eye firmly closed to make sure that numbing solution will stay on the skin, not inside the eye. It can take several seconds just to hold it like this to make sure that it goes inside the skin. And now we move to the second eye and do the same thing. We are opening the skin. Don't rush, make soft and easy back and forward movements with enough pressure, but not too much. Now we will do the major pass and we'll try to get as much as possible pigment inside the skin. I'm cleaning the extra secondary numbing solution from the skin. You close it firmly and starting to do the major path. This time we will stay longer on the same spot. Same thing at the outer eye. We leave about 2-3 lashes. We don't go all the way down. Slowly movement back and forth on the bottom lash line. And a little bit circles to make it look airy and bushy on the top. So at the bottom line, I go back and forward. And then as I move to the upper lash line, I make it more into circles. Let's clean this part and see if we do enough pressure to have enough pigment inside the skin. We can see this soft shading, but we will add more layers to make it a little bit more intense. Remember that the bottom lash line we try to make very, very crispy. So I do it, I put my magnum on the side and do back and forward movements, slowly back and forward movements. And as I move to the upper layers and upper rows of the lashes, I do it more in circles to make it look airy and bushy. The lash extension effect, right? That is what we need. Almost all of the time I stay inside the skin, so I don't do like really pendulum movements. I try to be inside the skin. I feel vibration with my fingers. It also helps to identify if the pressure is good enough. So back and forward on the bottom and circles to the top. You can check yourself while working from time to time, like as you work on 1 centimeter of the skin, you can clean it and check if there is enough pigment inside. Remember that the point of this treatment is not to make the really hard and intense line. It has to be soft. It just has to look like the client has thicker lashes. This type of eyeliner works for any type of eyes. It looks super natural. It works good for aged skin. It works good for hooded eyes. So basically, you can offer it for any client of yours, no matter what eye shape, age, and skin type they have.
To watch this full course, as well as over 35 other courses, join PMU Space community. Is all you need in one place, is where artists grow, share, and rise together.